It's not every day that you get to drive a brand new car that's older than you are, but this isn't an everyday car. The Toyota LandCruiser 70 Series is a dead set legend. It's got a reputation for ruggedness and reliability like nothing else on the road, and there's some key changes under the skin for 2016. The LandCruiser 70 Series has been dragged into the 21st century with a raft of changes intended to make it safer and more efficient. Revised fuel injection and exhaust systems help it pass stringent Euro 5 emissions requirements, and all models in the range now feature traction and stability control as standard. Single cab utes like this one also benefit from curtain and driver's knee airbags, as well as a tougher frame that helps earn a 5-star NCAP crash rating. But other than that, it's business as usual. Toyota really hasn't changed much of the look and feel of the 70 Series, and that's something that buyers like, because this is a car that embodies that sort of bush ruggedness of the Outback. The cabin of the car is quite Spartan. It's got everything you need and nothing you don't. And if you have a look around the car, there's really nothing in here that you wouldn't have found 10, 15, or even maybe 20 years ago. It's a pretty basic place to be, but that's all part of this car's rugged core appeal. It's not about tinsel and toys, it's about having a car that you know is going to get the job done. This isn't a cheap car. Priced from $60,900 as a basic wagon or $62,490 as the updated ute, you really don't get a lot of equipment as standard. Even air conditioning is an option across the range. You can't have it with a reversing camera, a touchscreen stereo, or advanced driver aids, though cruise control is available at last. Mechanically, Toyota has barely changed the LandCruiser 70 Series, and that's a good thing. You've got an extremely rugged four-wheel drive system with a 4.5 litre turbo diesel V8 that just has immense pulling power. I mean, you can just go up hills pretty much anywhere in this thing, and you don't need to rely on things like hill descent control because the car has so much torque that you can just pull up and down pretty much anything you can find. It's a really impressive machine. We've got the same 4.5 litre turbo diesel V8 as before, and a 5-speed manual transmission that now has a higher 5th gear to make it easier to cruise on the highway. Although these cars aren't really highway cruising machines, they're much more for accessing areas that you just wouldn't be able to get to in other vehicles. I mean, the capability that this car has compared to something like a Hilux or a Kluger is just massive. It's a very impressive vehicle, and frankly it's one that's capable of much more off-roading than I am. When you drive this car, you notice that the steering is really quite slow. You have to put in a lot of steering movement to get where you need to go, although it is fairly light and pretty easy to drive. Now, the important changes for this model are on the safety front. This is a car that's popular with things like mining and construction companies because of its go-anywhere ability. Now, those kind of companies tend to prefer 5-star safety rated vehicles for their employees. That's something that Toyota hasn't been able to claim until now with the 70 Series. You've got stability control and traction control, which weren't present in the vehicle before. You've also got a beefed up chassis with thicker metal and more bracing to help it hold up better in the event of a collision. It's interesting the way that this car goes about its business. It really doesn't use a lot of high-tech features the way that some rivals do. Instead, it's all about the mechanical aptitude of the car. You don't put it into mud mode or dirt mode or rock mode or anything like that. You just stick it in low range 4-wheel drive if that's what you want, or high range 2-wheel drive if that's what you're going to do out on the road. You can lock the differentials to give it extra grip, and essentially just rely on the basic mechanical aptitude of this car to get where you need to be going. This is a basic workhorse that is designed to do one job brilliantly. It's a tough machine capable of carrying 1,200 kilos in the tray or towing 3.5 tons, and it's a simple truck that's unlikely to let you down. Toyota's updates help keep the LandCruiser 70 Series relevant without ruining its core appeal. The updated Toyota LandCruiser is on sale now.